Hey, hi, hello. This is Miss Wilkes, and today for Math 2503, we're going to cover Chapter 4. Ratios are used to compare two numbers or quantities, and there's actually three ways in which you can write a ratio. So you could write a ratio as a fraction. That's, whoa, my heavens. That's the most common, like this. I could then write it using a colon. And I can even write it like verbally, like with language. All three of these are actually read the same. You'd say A to B, A to B, A to B. And just to make sure you caught it, ratio is just another word for fraction. All right, so represent a ratio of 20 to 100 using a percentage. So if we start out with a percentage, 20 out of 100 would be the same thing as 20%. Remember, percent per 100. The unsimplified fraction, I already wrote it, meaning don't reduce it. If I double those, like both the numerator and the denominator, it's also called a scalar. So if I multiply both the top and the bottom by 2, I would add 40 over 40 over 200. I could triple the value, meaning multiply by 3. So I could do like 30. What? Don't listen to me. 20 times 3 is 60. 100 times 3 is 300. But you're just finding equivalent rates. The simplified fraction for 20 100ths, since both of those are divisible by 20, 20 divided by 20 is 1, 100 divided by 20 is 5, so 1/5. If you write 5, no, it needs to remain as a ratio, 1 over 5, 1 to 5. Okay, when you're trying to find the best rate, which honestly, this is something you should be doing all the time if you're buying your own groceries, you're going to go through and I'm going to take my ounce and I'm going to divide this right here, here, and here. Whenever you calculate these, this is going to give you a repeating decimal. This will give you the repeating decimal. And this one as well. I'm just going to 3 decimal places. Technically, each of these would have denominators of 1, since you're trying to find the rate like per 1 ounce. So the cheapest per 1 ounce is our 32 ounce size. A proportion says that two ratios are equivalent or equal. The equation of A to B is equal to C to D, where B and D cannot equal 0 because that would make it undefined, or an error if you're using a calculator, is a proportion where AD and BC are the cross products. We said that in a previous lesson together. All right, so math. If it takes 40 ounces of grass seed to seed 2,800 feet squared of lawn, or square feet of lawn, at this rate, how much would it be needed for 7,000 square feet? So we're going to do our ounces to our feet. Ounces to feet. Ounces to feet. Right? Totally float your boat. You can reduce before you cross multiply. If you're reducing, I could only reduce this way. You cannot reduce sideways. Like no. So the cross product would mean I'm going to go this way and do 40 multiply, what in the bejesus? 40 being multiplied by 7,000. And then I have is equal to, and then I'm going to go this way. 2,800 times x. Commutative property tells you that it doesn't matter which way you write them. So I'm going to divide this side by the 2,800 number. That way we can isolate our x. 40 times 7,000. Dividing that by 2,800 will make this be worth 100. So you would need 100 ounces. Pardon me. An athlete can swim 350 meters in a nearby lake in 7.8 minutes. So we can go and write these two pieces as a ratio. And that's going to be equal to, at this same rate, same equal. Estimate the amount of time it will take her to swim 1 mile. And they gave us that conversion. So we don't know our time, meaning our x will be on this bottom piece. That 1609 will go on top. Finding your cross products, you're multiplying these two pieces. 350 times x is equal to, and then this way, 1609, 7.8. All right, you need your x by itself, so please divide both sides by 350. And x will equal 35.85. So you'd say, if we're estimating, and this only had 1 decimal here, so I'm assuming our Pearson My Math Lab answer would be 35.9 minutes. Oh, why? Go away. I need to charge my stylus. On a map, 3 inches represent 185 miles. Inches to miles. If 2 cities are 8.5 inches apart on the map, how far are they actually apart? So inches again, miles again. Our cross product would be 3 times x is equivalent to 8.5 times 185. To get x by itself, let's divide both sides by 3. And x will equal 524 point, oh golly, 0.16 miles. If we're following like the 1 decimal that they were using, possibly, oh my heavens, stop it, 524.2 miles. A carpenter charges $220 to add 16 feet of railing. So money, feet. Notice that one says feet. So the feet is the number that we just put on the bottom. And then we don't know how much, like how much money you're going to spend. Our cross product would be 220 times 20 is equal to 16 times x. Again, solving for x, dividing both sides by 16. How much money are you going to spend? You are going to spend $275. I like this question. If 4 coins can be exchanged for 5.87 doubloons, because we're pirates, how many doubloons can be obtained for 9 coins? So 4 coins, and then our doubloon number is equal to our coin number and our I don't know doubloon number. The cross product would be that 4x is equal to 9 and the product of that weird doubloon number. To solve for x, divide by your 4. So x will equal, I gotta look, 13.227, and we need to go to the nearest hundredth. So to go to the nearest hundredth, this is the thousands placeholder. It does make you round over, so we're going to say it's 13.23, and that would be your number of coins. Not coins, excuse me, doubloons. That's how many doubloons you can switch it out for. Right? My heavens. Okay. Write the following ratio. Express the ratio in lowest terms. Okay. Spelling matters, so be careful. You're going to take the first word and put it on top. And then take the second word and put it on bottom. Numerator to denominator. And then reduce. So this is the same thing as 33 over 1. And that's what you're representing in lowest terms. So remember your words, 33 students, fraction line 1, oh, that's a U, I think. Looks a little janky. I try to spell faculty, F-A-C-U-L-T-Y. All right. Sam Sparks, that's a great name. He assembles switches. He is paid 92 cents for the first 511 units assembled in a week and 1.5 times the regular rate for overtime units. Sam's production for the week of November 17th is shown below. Okay. Regular rate, overtime rate, not rate, I'm sorry. That's like the number of units he produced. So we're going to take our 511 and you're going to multiply that by that 92 cents. So he's going to make 470.12. That's how much money he's at. Okay. The overtime rate, the 1.5, right? So the first thing that we have to do is take that 92 cents and we're going to multiply, oh, sweet baby. Multiply that by 1.5 and that'll give us our overtime rate. So 0.92 multiplied by 1.5 will give us 1.38. Please multiply that by the 41 that's listed right here. That would produce a product of 56 and 58 hundredths. Take both of these little dudes and add them together, and you're going to get 526.7. It needs to be money, so your gross earnings, like that total pay, would be 526.70. All right. Use the CPI, the Consumer Price Index figures in the table to find the amount that would be charged in 2006 for using the same amount of electricity that cost $335 in 2002. So we can set that up. In 2006, your CPI was at 201.6, but we don't know the money number. So here's your price. We had $335, pretend that's a 5, for I don't know. And in 2002, did you notice it was a different year, right? 2002, your CPI was 179.9. But in 2006, it was 201.6. Okay, so, wait. Money, time. Okay. You have this lovely little formula that's right here. Proportions can actually be written 8 different ways because of how they can rotate, like A to B, C to D, and their inflections. So you could also write it. I just want to show you this because it's mind-boggling. Your cross products right here. This would be 179.9x is equal to 335 times 201.6. If we do theirs, the price in year A was 335. The index was 179.9. And the price in year B is the one that we don't know, but the index was 201.6. Notice that cross product. 335 will multiply to 201.6. X still multiplies to 179.9. So it's the same answers. We're going to divide both sides by that 179.9 to isolate to get your X by itself. And X will equal 375.408. And of course, you're talking about money. And it says to go to the nearest dollar. So you're going to say $375. All right. That was the lovely chapter 4. Holler at me if you have questions or comments or concerns.